and welcome to Crochet, a Canadian crochet podcast. I'm your hostess, Claudia. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are new, welcome. If you are not new, welcome back. And you will notice my surroundings are a bit different because I'm going to do a different type of podcast today. My husband is working in the garage, so we have that to contend with. My apologies. So I don't have anything to show you this week because I worked on absolutely nothing. I took a break from crocheting because my arm was hurting and I just wanted to not have to worry about that. So I didn't, but then unfortunately that means I don't have any content for podcast today. So that's not so fun, but I thought I would jump on board and do the 23 non-yarny things about me tag. Not that I've been tagged again, but just because I want to. So here we go. So my favorite color is orange. It didn't used to be. I would say in the last probably like 8 years it's become my favorite color, but before that I liked pink things, but orange just felt a lot more like my color, so that's why it's my favorite. And I love all kinds of orange. I love the orange that is the beautiful sunset orange, and I love the orange that is the autumn leaves, and I love traffic cone orange. I love it all. It's all good to me. Number 2 is my favorite genre of music, and I can't say that I have a favorite genre necessarily. For many years, I used to really love electronica and house music and dance music like that, and I still like that music, and it still like brings up waves of nostalgia for me when I hear it, so I really do like it, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite. I don't know, like I like all kinds of music. This is a hard question for me. I like rap, I like hip hop, I like classical, I like folk music, indie stuff, alternative rock, regular rock. Maybe not like hair bands. I don't really care for that. Don't like country music. And if I have to pin it down to a favorite band as well, Red Hot Chili Peppers, hands down. I love Red Hot Chili Peppers a lot. Number 3 is my favorite food, and what is my favorite food? I'd say pizza. Although if I was like on death row and wanting a last meal, I definitely would order like waffles with fruit and stuff on them because I think that's what I would like best. Yeah. The next one is soda or pop. Canadian, we say pop. We don't say soda unless, no, we don't say soda. It's pop. My favorite pop is Dr. Pepper. Next is my favorite animal. My neighborhood is super busy right now. We're just going to live with it. Anyway, favorite animal, I love goats very much. I think they're very cute. They're very smart in terms of herd animals, and I just love them. They're just adorable, and I can just kiss them all the time. A non-North American / non-barnyard animal that I like, should I want to branch out? Don't know. Like, I love animals, but I wouldn't say there's one I'm like, over. Yeah, sorry. Still gonna be a goat. My favorite holiday, I would say, is Halloween. I've loved Halloween ever since I was a kid because my birthday is really close to Halloween. So I was 2 days old when I had my first Halloween. And I don't know if I dressed up as anything. My mom was probably still recovering from the trauma that is childbirth at that point. But I've always really liked dressing up. I really like costumes. I like doing makeup. And I'm not like a makeup artist or anything like that, but I like doing that. And I don't know, it's fun. I like to decorate for that stuff. And my kids, I would say their favorite's probably Christmas. And as a result, like we have tons of Christmas decorations because I like to do the house up for them. So we don't have that many Halloween decorations, even though I really like it. But yeah, so I'd say that. I just realized I remember what my husband's doing. He's dismantled my bicycle and he's getting the paint off of it. So that's what the terrible sound is right now. Okay, so next my favorite book is, I don't know if I have a favorite book. I'm trying to think of something that I've read over and over and I never get tired of it. I've read the Harry Potter series probably 12 times. I just go. Oh, I know. Okay, Into the Wild. I've read that book. I've read that book probably 20 times, and I love the story. I love how John Krakauer wrote the book. And it doesn't necessarily mean that I agree with what happened to the protagonist, who was a real life person, Christopher McCandless. I don't necessarily agree with his life philosophy or anything like that, but I really enjoyed how John Krakauer wrote the story, and I actually really appreciated, which a lot of people actually complain about, but I really appreciated how he wove in tales of his own sort of life journey and how it mirrored what Chris McCandless was going through, and how he felt that he had a connection with him. So if you're into the outdoors or anything like that, or if you have a vagabonding spirit, I highly recommend that book. If you haven't read it, it is really, really good, and I really like it. That's my favorite book. My favorite kind of pizza. And I'm one of those pizza heretics that I enjoy pineapple on my pizza. I love a Hawaiian pizza. Pineapple and ham. It's the way to do it. I love it. My favorite pastime. I love hiking and I love camping. I'd say that's probably my favorite. I spend usually all winter planning out what I'm going to where I'm going to go camping, where I'm going to go hiking. I shouldn't say I like, it's as a family unit. So we have 3 camping trips planned already, and May Long is coming up here in Canada, so that's in a couple of Mondays, and I'm kind of hoping like maybe we can get somewhere, but usually it's all booked up already because it's sort of like the beginning of the camping season. But even if we could do like rough camping somewhere, I'd be interested in that. But we don't have any plans for long weekend camping, but it would be nice if we could. Yeah, totally. I love it. So we have access to incredible hiking and camping, like not that far from where we live, so that's why that's an important part of our lives. And that is how I get my little bit of wanderlust sort of satisfied, is by being able to go hiking and camping. Hopefully the wind isn't too bad. The breeze has just started to come up. It's absolutely stunning out here though right now. Oh, I love outside. Favorite TV series. Again, I have to try to think of something that I've watched more than once. I don't have as much of an attraction to TV as other people that I know. Like, I know there are people who like absolutely love different TV shows, but I wouldn't say like, usually I watch a show and I'll watch maybe it a few times and then I'm done with it. And then I don't really like look back nostalgically on it. Something, I'm trying to think of something that I would never like turn off if it was on the TV. I don't really have anything. Not right now. I mean, I've talked about how I really enjoy like British crime dramas, so I guess like right now my favorite TV series is Midsummer Murders, because my husband and I, we've been trucking our way through those. One episode of that takes us between 1 and 5 days to watch, depending on how the day sort of was. But yeah, we enjoy that. The plotline is pretty predictable and it's always the same. Maybe Law and Order. That might be one that I enjoy as well. Yeah, I would say that. That would probably be a favorite as well. I used to watch Law and Order all the time, like all the different ones as well, except Criminal Intent. I didn't really care for that one. Yeah, so that, I guess I'm pretty predictable that way. All right, favorite fruit and favorite vegetable. My favorite fruit is... This is a tough one. I really like fruit and vegetables. It's hard to pick one that I like the best. I think, okay, I like the idea of watermelon, but I don't really like watermelons, like the taste. But it's like, it sounds like it would be good. I don't know. I usually end up feeding the watermelon to the ducks all the time because I'm just like, I bite some and I'm like, ugh. And it doesn't, I haven't learned apparently how to pick one. I do really like grapefruit, and that's a flavor that I will pick often, but because I take medication, I eat grapefruit anymore because I have concerns that it will inhibit the ability of my medication absorption, and I want everything firing on all cylinders, and I want everything working at the level that it's supposed to. So yeah, I don't eat grapefruit, but I love grapefruit. So I would say that's probably my favorite. Favorite vegetable is... Also, I don't want to be pedantic, so I'm going based on like culinary fruits and vegetables, not botanical fruits and vegetables, because that just opens up a whole other can of worms. Favorite vegetable to grow is pumpkins, because they're easy and they're very satisfying to eat. Potatoes. I got potatoes, I think, because they're easy. And yes, I know potatoes are a tuber. They're not actually a vegetable, but you would eat them like a vegetable. Or corn. I like corn. Carrots, peas. I don't know. I like the stuff that'll grow here. That's what I like. My favorite subject in high school, which is, as of this year, 20 years ago, hashtag old, was English. Not many people know this about me, but when I was 17, I was very, very determined to become a writer, and I wrote constantly. I was old school, even though I was also web developing at that time, and I was like about 4 years in at that point. I would always buy loose leaf paper, and I had binders and binders and binders just full of writings. And my friend one time took my binder and read my stories, even though I didn't want them read, and she said they were really good, but I was so embarrassed after that that I ripped up everything. They were gone. It was gone. So I don't have any of that left, even to cringily reminisce over, but that's what I wanted to do when I was young, and because English was my favorite subject. My favorite actress and actor, it says or, but I'll do both. So my favorite actor is Tom Hardy. I think he is ridiculously handsome, and I think he's actually a good actor. My favorite thing that I've seen him in, and not just because he was in it, that was actually, I watched that show before I even really knew who he was, and I just thought he was just an incredible actor after watching that, was Taboo, which that is not a show for the faint of heart whatsoever. It deals with taboo subjects, so if you don't feel like watching anything that's could be remotely construed as gross, then don't watch it. There's blood, guts, incest, things like that. But his character was so believable, and the characters in the show are so believable, and the cinematography is great, and even the people that you don't like, you have like a very visceral reaction, and that's how I gauge how much I'm feeling for or against a character is based on my like gut reaction to them. So my gut reaction to all of the characters, particularly Tom Hardy's character in the show, is like, it's in my guts. I just feel like bad or sad or excited or happy or angry, like at a really intense level. So yeah, so that, and my favorite actress would be, this one's a little bit tougher. I would say probably Meryl Streep, because she is just like this wonderful comedian. I would say my favorite actress is Meryl Streep, because she's just this wonderful chameleon of an actress, and she wears so many hats, and she has like, even in like not great roles, she still plays such convincing characters, and I have that gut reaction about her characters that she plays in things that I've seen. So yeah, she's a fabulous actress. And yeah, I mostly have seen her, I'd say, in like chick flick type movies like Julie and Julia. I really liked her in that as Julia Child. I wouldn't say necessarily that she was like convincing. I mean, she was convincing as Julia Child, from the videos that I had seen of Julia Child's cooking show on YouTube. But she took the Julia Child's character that she was playing and made her very much a real person, which that was really great. And I even liked her in The Devil Wears Prada, even though like I hated that woman. she did a great job. So yeah, that's my favorite. My favorite singer, I already touched on this, or actually I just told you, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Pretty much every one of their songs I like. I've liked them since I was in high school. So yeah, I love me some Red Hot Chili Peppers. And every time I hear Danny California, whether it's on the radio or on my iPod or on my phone or whatever, I crank that and I belt it out. And trust me, I'm not a singer, but I love that song. Always sing it. Love it. Love Red Hot Chili Peppers. Favorite superhero. I feel like if you know me at all, this is not a surprise to anybody, but I absolutely love Deadpool. Like the first Deadpool movie, oh my goodness. I loved it so much. He's so crass. It's like cheap humor, that's what I call it. I feel like I have to use my brain a lot and often, so and like complexly. So I like cheap humor that I don't have to think about. And Deadpool delivers. I don't know. He's clever in his own way. I don't know. I like it. Next is my favorite comedian, John Mulaney is up there, but after watching Travels with My Father, I unfortunately have to give that prize to Jack Whitehall. I laughed so incredibly hard at that show. I laughed at his father. I laughed at him. I have laughed at his stand-up comedy. And again, like, it's not necessarily particularly clever, but I do really enjoy it. It's very, very funny. He has really good timing, I think. And yeah, it's just it. So yeah, Jack Whitehall, very funny. I didn't know anything about him until I watched Travels with My Father. He was an unknown person to me, and I didn't realize he was an actor or anything. So, but I enjoy, yeah, Jack Whitehall. My favorite season is the next one. My favorite season is summer. It is hot. It is lovely. The garden is growing. I can go hiking. The bears are not at a dangerous part of their life cycle, typically. Yeah, summer is great, and I enjoy it because summer is so fleeting here. So that is something that I enjoy very much. Summertime means hammocks. Summertime means camming. I love it. My favorite movie. I don't have a favorite movie. No, I do. That's not true. There's this movie that I watched when I would have been, oh gosh, probably would have been 9. I think it was on TV, and it is this movie called Lady Hawk. It was made in the 80s, and it has Michelle Pfeiffer in it, and it's about this lady, which is Michelle Pfeiffer. She turns into a hawk during the day while her beloved is a man, and then during the night he is a wolf and she is a lady. And it's about, oh, there's a robin in my front garden. I don't think it realizes that I'm here. And it's just about how they remedy the situation. But I'm sure if I watched it again now, it would, like, some of the magic would be taken away. But I do really enjoy it. I've watched it a lot. Oh, my favorite smell. This one's very easy for me. It is lavender. You can give me lavender anything. I will take it. I love the smell. I love the shape of the flower. I love that it's... Someone has a very noisy pickup truck. That's Alberta for you. Yeah, lavender, anything. Candles, lotion, shampoo, body wash, soap. Anytime it says lavender, I will usually grab whatever it is. I really, really loved, for a while, we had a lavender scented laundry detergent, and oh, it made me so happy. So yeah, lavender. And I'm gonna be one of those cheesy people for the next question. Who is my best friend? It is my husband. We have been together for 17 years. We just had our 17-year been together anniversary. I've been married for 17 years, though. Yeah, so we've been with each other through thick and thin, argued, we've stayed together. I just really like him. He knows me very well. I know him very well. So he is my best friend. Hashtag cheeseball. Next is my favorite decade. I would say the late 60s, early 70s, even actually into the 50s. Actually going back to that favorite show, I just thought of one. So a show that I actually really enjoyed is Mad Men. Yes, I really like that show. I used to work in marketing, so that when that show came out, I was like, wow, the only thing that's different is we work on computers. So yeah. Yeah, I enjoy Mad Men, but, and it's not because of that show that I like the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Like, I like the fashion, I liked the sort of political unrest. It was just like a good time to be alive, I feel. I'm not super keen on emulating that era because I like the advancements that have been made, but I appreciate the fashion and lifestyle and just sort of like flying your freak flag high was totally fine, and I was all over that. I shouldn't say was. I still am all over that. And last but absolutely not least is my favorite YouTube channel. So I watch several YouTube channels. I would say right now my favorite is Bailey Sarian. I got started with her Makeup Murder Mystery Monday segment. And I really enjoy her Dark History podcast as well that she posts on her channel. And she's like, I like her sense of humor. I like that she's absolutely stunning, but she's not like that perfect stunning. She's like really like real. She's real, and I think that's what like endears her beauty to me. Is she just, and I don't know her, I've never met her or anything, but just how she comes across in her videos and stuff, it's just, I feel like she is just, she seems like a very genuine person. Oh my gosh, that was so embarrassing. I was talking and some people from our neighborhood just walked by my house and saw me. Ah, there's a bug. Saw me talking to myself or talking to my phone. So I don't know if they know that I have a podcast or if they just think I'm weird. That's possible. A lot of people think I'm weird. Anyway, so those are my favorites, non-yarny things about me. You are welcome to take part in this as well. That would be super awesome. I love to hear of that stuff. So if you guys do 23 yarny things about me, please let me know in the comments so that I can go watch them as well. And I have put the list of questions in. I've pinned a comment at the top of this comment list. What is it called? Set of comments, whatever, you know what I mean. The first comment is pinned comment, is the one that has the questions, and I would I'd love to hear what you have to say about that. So yeah, this week, oh, there's a weird smell. So this week, yeah, I didn't do any crocheting. I got my head shaved again because I was in bad need of it, and I don't know what happened, but my hair now has decided to go this really crazy way, so I'm not going to show you because I hate it. It looks so bad. So it's a lot of ponytails and a lot of curling now to keep it how I want it to be. But I saw this lady, I think it was on Pinterest, and she looked so cool. She looked like the grown-up version of the high school me, she had like these baggy flared jeans on, and she was wearing the short sleeve shirt over the long sleeve shirt. So my fashion sense in the early 2000s was very much like that skater kid look. So my husband makes so much fun of me. I had this pair of drawstring jeans. Oh, there's Robin. I had a pair of drawstring jeans that I absolutely loved so much. And yeah, so I wore really, really, really baggy pants, and I absolutely loved like Etnies and DC shoes, like the really big skate shoes. I actually just got rid of my last pair of DC shoes I ever had. Oh, probably a year ago now, and oh man, some ways I miss them, but they don't go with anything that I own anymore, so there's no point in keeping them. I mean, I wore them out, I didn't just throw them away, that's super wasteful. But yeah, so I would wear big pants like that, and then I always wore like a tight shirt, like tight long sleeve shirt, and then wore my fun one on top, which I really liked. So I had some fun t-shirts back in the day, which that was what we wore, and I am waiting for that to make a comeback because the flared jeans low rise have made a comeback. So we are on track to have the long sleeve, short sleeve, like Sheldon Cooper used to wear on Big Bang Theory. Yeah, that's what I wore back in the day. Where was I going with this? Oh yes, this lady was wearing that outfit, but she had shaved sides of her head, but you couldn't tell. She had a center part, which I can't do because my head is just the wrong shape. But it parts right here. That's where my part is now. But you couldn't tell that she had any shaved hair until she lifted it up, and I was like, yes, that's like old me and new me married together as one. So we're gonna keep on with this. I didn't think I would. I honestly thought I'd start growing my hair out by now with this, but I haven't because I love it, and it's summer and bugs are gonna bite my scalp, but I don't care because it's so much cooler. And I don't mean in terms of like social standing coolness and like physically heat hot cool. It's so much cooler than having a whole head of sweaty hair, which I have, so it's gross. Anyway, so that is what life has been for the past couple of days, and next week I will definitely have stuff because I started working on some stuff earlier today, but nothing that's like worth showing for this podcast today because it's just a chain right now. But yeah, I'll have some stuff to show you guys next week because I am back on. I have a better schedule now with everything. Yeah, things have just like calmed down, which is good because the last several weeks has just been like way up in the air and not like going great just because I didn't know what was going on. But now I know what's going on. It's all good. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me today, and I would love it if you could give me a comment, let me know what you're working on this week. Stay bright, stay beautiful, and follow your vagabond hearts. Bye!